All right, let's try number 2. A freight car with a mass of 10,000 kilogram is moving to the right with a speed of 15. What must be the velocity of a 15,000 kilogram freight car so that the two cars will stop when they collide? Okay, so the first mass, I'm going to call the first mass the 10,000 kilogram car. And it's moving to the right with the speed of 15. So the V1 is 15 meters per second, moving to the right. What is the velocity? So I'm looking at V2 question, so that the two cars will stop when they collide. First of all, in order for them to stop, do they need to go head-on collision?
Yes.
Yes, they have to. Because if this is going that way, what will stop this car? Okay, so I'm going to draw mass 1. Here's that mass 1, 10,000 kilogram, and it's going this way. What will stop this car? You got to have something here that will be going that way, right? Because if you hit this, if mass 1 is right here, I'm going to just kind of redraw this one. Okay, so if mass 1 is going that way, and mass 2 is behind and hits it this way, together, where will they go? They will go this way, attached together, right? So let's say this is an inelastic collision. How do I know, by the way, that this is an inelastic collision? They move together. And it tells you right on the question. It says so that the two cars will stop when they collide. It means that if they stop when they collide, we know that the V1 final is equal to the V2 final, which is equal to 0. That makes sense? So it has to be coming from the opposite direction. So here will be called a head-on collision. So it can't be this situation here because they will just move to the right more. Okay, so we know it's going to be a head-on collision. It's the same thing. I did it this way, so you might see it. It's the same thing. Yeah, same thing. Okay, so we're looking for, what are we looking for? You guys know what we're looking for? V2. Initially, this is what we're looking for. It says on the question, what is the velocity of the 15,000 kilogram, the mass 2, so that their velocity together is 0. Okay, so what's our mass 1? 10,000. What's our velocity 1? 15. Plus M2, which is 15,000, V2. It's unknown. What is the momentum after? 0 of the first one. What about the second one? 0, because they stop together. They will combine and they will stop. So the momentum after the collision is 0. See, it's important to understand what's happening because it's more than just math. That's what we do physics. It's more than just math. The math is easy. Okay, so what's 10,000 times 15? 150, because 10 times 15 is 150, so you get 150,000. Now, what do we get? This is equal to negative now, isn't it? Negative 15,000 V2. Or I can go 15,000 V2. I can also say this. 15,000 V2 is equal to negative 150,000. Either way. Okay? Or, now how do we solve for V2? Negative 150,000 divided by 15,000. And you get 150 divided by 15 is 10 meters per second. Now it's negative. What does that mean? Opposite direction. So opposite direction. So 10 meters per second. You don't need to put the negative in the final answer. You'll have to say 10 meters per second in the opposite direction. So then you can... Did it tell you though? Oh, it's going to the right. Yeah, it actually says that, right? So if it is going to the right, the final answer then, here's the final. V2 is 10 meters per second and it is going to the left, the opposite of the first one. So we have to say left because it tells you it's going right. Okay?